Sometimes in a sentence correction question, it's quite hard to tell what's actually wrong with a sentence. You know, it sounds a bit off, but you can't put your finger on it. But it's good to develop that instinct. That's a very good thing. I'm here to show what's wrong with some of those sentences that sound a bit off. Let's read this one. Here's a condensed version of the text. Fossils of the arm of a sloth found in Puerto Rico in 1991 and dated at 34 million years old made it the earliest known mammal of the Greater Antilles. That sounds a bit off to me, but it's quite hard to pinpoint what it is. Usually when that happens, it's because the verb agreement or the logical predication doesn't work. Keep your eyes open for words like it, they, and them. Let's write those down. If you see a word like it, they, them, themselves, etc., that's often a clue that you might want to look at. Is it clear what they're talking about? So here we see an it, and we're asking, what made it the earliest known mammal? Okay, why does that sound a bit off? Well, that goes to what is the subject of the sentence. Who or what is the it that it's talking about? Well, to go back, you'd need to look at the verb. What is the verb here? Dated at 34 million years old. You ask yourself, who or what is dated at 34 million years old? It's the fossils. So the fossils is the subject of the sentence. It's the fossils of the arm of a sloth found in Puerto Rico that are dated at 34 million years old. So that should be what the it is referring to. But here, the it is saying, made it the earliest known mammal, as if the fossils are the earliest known mammal. So that explains why it sounded wrong, because the subject of the sentence was fossils, and we knew that because the verb, dated, was talking about the fossils. And so therefore, when they used the it, or the they, or the them, it should have been talking about the fossils. And it wasn't clear what it was talking about. And in the GMAT, the correct answer will always be very clear what it's talking about. It won't use it, or they, or them in that sloppy way. So A is wrong. Speaking of sloppiness, look what B does. It says that they found in Puerto Rico. You might well ask yourself, who is the they they're talking about? Good question, we don't know, so B is wrong. C doesn't look so bad until you get to the end. Fossils of the arm of a sloth that was found in Puerto Rico, blah blah blah, thus making it the earliest mammal known. Apart from the earliest mammal known being a bit silly, the it is again not clear what you're referring to, and anytime you see an it, they, or them, it should be clear what you're referring to. It should be a logical predication. What about D? Fossils of the arm of a sloth found in Puerto Rico have been dated at 34 million years old, making the sloth the earliest known mammal. So it's much clearer what we're talking about. They reiterate the subject, or they change the subject even, making the sloth. So we're now talking about the sloth, not the fossils, making the sloth the earliest known mammal. So D is fine. What's the problem with E? The fossils of an arm of a sloth witch, that already sounds awkward, found in Puerto Rico. That makes it sound like it was the sloth which was found in Puerto Rico in 1991. So it's not clear whether we're talking about the sloth that was found or the fossils that was found. Anyway, either way, it's not clear what we're talking about, and the GMAT correct answer will always be extremely clear. Therefore, E is wrong and D is right.